Hey gang, Joel Ludlow, Evolution JKD, going to discuss the mathematical equation of hitting hard. And a lot of people talk about applying science to their martial arts, but I don't see them do it. You are going to learn how to apply it, and it's going to be fairly easy. I put it into really simple terms, so bear with me. I'm in the basement. Here we go. I just want to get this out. All right, so mass times acceleration equals force. I know. I'm like your math teacher in high school, except I'd punch you if you were in my class. Mass, weight, pretty easy, right? Whether you want to do it in grams, kilograms, pounds, what doesn't matter, right? Weight, how much weight are you going to go? We're going into layman's terms so that the average person can understand this information and apply it very quickly and readily to whatever martial arts they're doing. Jeet Kune Do, yeah, but learn from it. Don't just try to emulate something. Learn from it. So this is science. Acceleration is the difference between your start speed and your finish speed, or speed at point of contact might be another way to do it. So if I start here and I'm going at 0, and then this is the target and I hit it and I'm going whatever, 50. Okay, that's the number that goes here, 50, because 50 minus 0 is 50. If I were already moving 10, then it would be 40. See? But let's go with 0 because it just makes our math really easy. We're going to assume a stationary position. So 0. Mass, well, let's go into that as well. All right? So let's say the speed of your punch is whatever. If you have 1 unit of mass, 50. All right? Pretty simple. So how do we make that number bigger? How do we increase that? I'm going to put it right up here. So force equals mass times acceleration. This should be in every part of your training. If you're a striker and you're trying to generate force, you could do it in other things too, but I'm going to speak more specifically to strikes. So mass and acceleration. All right, let's go with our person. And this is how I like to break it down. You may have seen me do this before. If not, well, that's why I have a dry erase board, because I like to do it. So we have our center, and that is the center of your whole weight, right? That's your whole body mass. If a person weighs 200 pounds, we're trying to access that number because that goes into our mass equation. Now, let's go for acceleration. So my punch, boom, we're going to give it a speed. Okay, we're just going to give it a number. That's just for the math. And I like to go with easy numbers so that we can just figure it out. Right? We're not going with actuals. We're going to go speed of punch is 10 units, whatever that is. Okay, nice and easy. Gives us a nice, easy mathematical equation to work with. Ideally, 200 pounds, right? 200 times 10, 2,000. That's your unit of force. In an ideal, if I can punch 10 and my mass is 200, 2,000 is my unit. Okay. We don't punch that way, right? Does it feel like 2,000? No, because we don't often do that. Now, if I'm just punching here, am I accessing all that mass? Well, here's a way to check it. We've got, let's go wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hip, hip, knee, knee, ankle, ankle. I like to go with the joints because it's just part of my habit, but also it's an easier tracking point. So it doesn't matter what your hand is doing. This is really the alignment point that you want to focus on, is the wrist, the elbow, the shoulder, the knee, the ankle, the hip. Those are the things we like to line up. All right. So, and you can give yourself more points. We'll go with this balance point right here at the neck, coming in there. You can go with your chin and say the top of your head. Okay. And your nose. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, midpoint as well. So you've got up here, you've got your center, and let's go with like your diaphragm. You can think about that. You don't have to, you can go with fewer. But let's focus on, we have our guy with all these points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Don't discount those. So let's go with 18. We have 18 units of points of reference. So we have 18 of those units. That's going to be important, all right, to understand that, because that's dividing into here. If you want to make it easier, you can change, I'll go on a diet and I could be 180, right? Doesn't matter. So it's 10 units per, might even be a better way to think about it. So 10 units per point. So if I have my arm, 1, 2, 3, and I'm punching, how many points am I going with? The shoulder isn't actually moving. If I'm stationary, 2. I only get this one and this one. All right, so divide. It's 20. So my mass is now 20. That number drops a whole lot. Now we're at 200. Okay? Because our punch, our accelerator is 10. All right. So what happens when we we rotate the hips and the shoulder? Oh, shit. We start to add a whole lot more points. Let's say we're going here, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 points, boom, coming through there. We're 7, 8, whatever you want to do. So we got half the points, right? We got 9 of the points. We'll go 12 of the points, right? So our mass, we get 12. We get 120. But instead of 200, from doing this to doing this, suddenly we start jumping the number up. We start going into 1200. The difference in force between this and this, mathematically, and that's assuming everything is even. I know it's not. But you see, it's 6 times more powerful. Now, what does that actually turn into? That's relative, okay? But we're looking at the mathematics. Understanding that if I punch this way and I punch this way, mathematically, I can create more force. Yay! All right. So I only weigh so much, and I can only go so fast. Got it? No. I'm actually going to put it in another video, so do look for the other video that's going to talk about how we mess with these numbers and how footwork and strategy and like the 5 ways of attack that Bruce Lee talks about, that Bruce Lee guy, why those really matter mathematically speaking for our equation here. I'm going to give that to you in the next video.